Warning to the viewer. If you do not wish to see beaver legally, ethically, and humanely harvested, then please don't continue watching. However, with that being said, if you're here to see a beaver catch, clean, and cook, you're in the right spot. In this episode of Fish Quest, I'm heading to the mountains to trap a beaver. In the next video, I will then take the tail to make beaver tail bait for ice fishing. So, as per tradition, I will also be cooking the beaver on top of the mountain. This video will show a different side of me that many have never witnessed firsthand. As you get to know me on my channel, you will soon realize I dabble in all sorts of things. One way to make deep snow more difficult to traverse is with 60 pounds of steel strapped to your back. Thankfully, I don't have too far to go. Thanks to the moving water, this active beaver pond managed to stay open. My trap of choice when trapping beaver is a 330 conibear. It's easy to set and very humane for the beaver. The beaver swims through the square opening, hitting the trigger, which then causes the springs to close the trap quickly with force. The weather service called for several days of snow, so a 24-hour trap set was all I had time for. I only needed one beaver to make enough beaver tail bait. However, I was blessed with two. All will be used, nothing will go to waste. The tool I'm holding here are called trap setters. The trap setters make it easy to release the trapped beaver with numb hands. The trap setters allow me to compress the springs to put the safety hooks on, thus taking the tension off the trap. The second and bigger of the two beaver was slightly frozen in the ice. The steel trap setters double as a tool for smashing thin ice. Both of the beaver were caught right behind the head, which makes for a quick, humane dispatch. When trapped beaver become frozen in the ice, you need to be careful so that you don't pull the frozen ice chunks stuck to the hair, or you might pull out the guard hairs, resulting in a damaged pelt. Utah is known for its powder. Rubbing snow on anything wet acts as an absorbent. Powder will also remove any dirt from the pelt. Rubbing dry, powdery snow on a wet and slightly dirty pelt is just one way I clean the pelt before stretching and drying it. Sadly, countless people around the world condemn trapping. I'd bet my life on it that the antis don't love or respect animals the same way that most trappers do. With the daylight quickly fading, I get to work to skin and process my catch. I do what is called a clean skin, which means that I'm removing most of the excess flesh and fat while I'm skinning the beaver. This ultimately saves me work in the fur shed when I get home. A few quick whips to remove any residual blood and water, and what you're left with is Rocky Mountain Gold. It's not hard to see why my predecessors came across the Atlantic in search of beaver. Wars have literally been fought over what lies before you. I cut off one of the back straps to make lunch. All of the beaver trapped will be used at one point. If you have watched my previous videos, you would have seen me using my takibi grill. I love that it folds flat and has a base that acts as a snowshoe, which is perfect for this situation. Kebabs are one of my favorite ways to cook beaver. It is almost impossible to mess up any kebab. A quick teriyaki marinade complements the mild taste of the meat. In this recipe, I trimmed off any excess fat from the backstrap, cubed the backstraps, and sliced pineapple and sweet peppers into chunks. While the meat is marinating, I add the grill rack and grate to begin heating up. Like I said before, kebabs are nearly impossible to mess up. Cook 5 minutes per side, 10 minutes total, and then let rest. If a deer, elk, and a rabbit had a baby, that's what beaver would taste like. The meat is an unknown delicacy to most, and because of that, most people would turn their nose up at the chance to eat a teriyaki beaver kebab. I'm sure I'm going to get roasted in the comment section for this one, but beaver is by far the best meat to eat. So, I'm a firm believer in waste not, want not. And what that means in this situation is, the skull of the beaver will be sold or given to a taxidermist. The tail will be used to make fishing bait, and the leather of the tail will be bark tanned to make wallets and other leather goods. The pelt will then be stretched and dried and either sent off to be tanned or sold into the fur market via a fur dealer. Beavers are truly amazing animals. What was once a way for me to make money and impress all the girls in high school is now something I only practice maybe once a year, just so I can keep my skill. Anyways, if you guys liked the video, go ahead, subscribe, like, share, show a friend. I'd appreciate the heck out of that. If you did like the video, we'll see you all next week, and we're up in southern Idaho chasing jumbo bluegill with beaver tail bait. We'll catch you then.